Well, Ben, thanks for talking to us on talkSPORT. First up, your coach yesterday was saying that you are in great shape. So it proves, after all the hard work that's been put in over the summer. I mean, this is why you do it, isn't it? Is there anything better than the day before the first test of a summer or a series?
Yeah, first game of the summer, you sort of always wish it was the start of the game. It's been a long time since we've been together as a group. Obviously, our last game was in December in New Zealand, so coming towards the back end of May now, considering it's that 4.5, 5 months pretty much. And yeah, obviously I had a surgery start of January and a long rehab period. So to finally be here and be stood here the day before the first test match of the summer is a pretty good feeling.
There's a few headlines about you giving up the booze. You haven't had a drink since January the 2nd. If you win this test match or you beat India, are we not going to see some post-match celebrations with a glass of something?
I think that's been headlined again. I just didn't have any drink while I was in my rehab period. I'm not completely off it. I'm just obviously being very mindful about what I do sort of pre-game and what I do after the games now, because obviously I've had a few injuries to deal with and I'm getting older, so I'm just being a lot smarter around sort of all what I do in terms of my preparation and my recovery, with obviously everything that's been going on with me over the last couple of years.
There has been a few injuries over the last couple of years. You've had to miss out some games altogether. There's been some matches where you haven't been able to bowl. Even in New Zealand, when talkSPORT were out there, you seemed almost adamant that you were still going to be the man that, if needed to, was going to bowl 10, 11 over spells. You're going to be banging the ball in. You're going to be putting pressure on the knees. Am I right in thinking, listening to Brendan yesterday, that maybe come over 6 or 7, if there's a tap on the shoulder, you might just ease off a little bit, just preserve the body? Yeah,
look, me and Baz have had some really good chats around this kind of stuff, and from his point of view, it's about being just sensible, because when I am, sort of get into those type of mindsets and those modes where I'm just sort of tunnel vision towards, I don't know, like going through the hard stuff, like bowling those long spells, sort of it can take me away from my other job, which is obviously leading the team and thinking tactfully about the game as well. But obviously, from his point of view, it's I'm better off being on the field than off the field. So it's just being way more sensible about that, understanding that myself. And sometimes those kind of things are better coming from someone who's close to you and understands you and has a definitive reason about why we're speaking about this. And when you sit down and you talk about it and you go through it and you understand it, it makes it a lot easier to actually, when you're out there in the heat of the battle, to take a step back from that and go, okay, if I was to maybe bowl 1 or 2 more here, it's not really going to be any benefit towards the team. We've got other boys who can do that, but there's no worries about me bowling. I'll just be mindful and be looking to be a little bit more sensible maybe than I was in the past.
One of the things that has really impressed about this England team under you and Brendan is the way that players have come into this side over the course of the last 2 or 3 years and immediately succeeded, whether that's Jamie Smith or Gus Atkinson, Jacob Bethel, Shoaib, Matthew Potts. I mean, the list is quite a long one. Obviously, it's a comfortable or more comfortable dressing room to walk into now. I mean, but can you put your finger on what it is that you and the team do that enables these players who are, this is the culmination of their life, are able to come in and then go and do their job on the field with such stunning success? The biggest thing for us when we first started was taking that burden and that pressure of going out there and performing. We're not adding to it. There's enough pressure that's on everyone's shoulders when you walk out there and play for your country and play in international cricket in front of sold out crowds. The thing that we wanted to do was to not add to that. If anything, we wanted to try and take as much of it off as we possibly could. That was down with how we spoke in the dressing room, how we spoke towards the team, how we spoke to certain individuals,
the things that we put in place about the time that we spend together, what we do away from the field together, to bring everyone closer, to make a environment that is not only good but also, just creating an atmosphere in that dressing room where not only did we always want to be there, but also everything we did out on the field was for each other. Taking all the individual thought processes towards the team sport and piling everything into the sort of team pot is what we call it. But now we feel as if that stuff now is just embedded into the environment that we've created, and now for me and Brendan, it's about, right, we've got that side of this dressing room sorted. What is it now that we need to add to that to go out there and be as good as we possibly can be? Over the last 3 years, we've done some pretty special things. We've performed very well. We've climbed up and up and up that ranking board in terms of, I think we're second now. But as soon as that came out, I'd actually text Rob Key and Baz saying, right, one more spot to go. And that's where I want to take this team. There's no doubt in my mind that we have the players that are able to do that. But yeah, it's all about adding to what we've already created, and making everyone as good as they possibly can be, because the talent in this dressing room is undoubtedly exceptional.
Brilliant. Well, enjoy, good luck, and here's to a successful summer and winter.
Thanks very much.